fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, is just a chit chat get ready with me video. Now I asked you guys to ask me questions on both IG and YouTube. I did it on the community tab on the YouTube page, so if you're not familiar with the community tab, it's where people post polls and pictures and all that. So if you missed out, just keep an eye on that community tab. Since I also asked it on my IG, so if you're not following me on IG, please do at Lavon 89. And you guys went ham on the questions. I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to get through most of them, but I'm going to try to get through a majority of them. And if you guys want to see me transform from this to something, just keep watching. Now again, like I said, I asked you guys to ask me questions, and I didn't anticipate you guys asking me so many, so I'm going to try to go through them and answer them as fast as I can, not be long-winded, so I can get through the most of them. Now I'm going to list down below every product I use, and a lot of these chit chat get ready with me, you guys are like, you need to go through your products. I list everything down below, but I will talk about them as I'm using them as well. For brows, you already know the deal. It's the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Chocolate. The first question is, do you wash your crochet on vacay? How do you dry underneath? I have. Not every vacay do I get my hair wet or need to wash it, but I have. And what I use to dry up underneath is, of course, a blow dryer. So I let the crochet hair air dry, and I use a blow dryer for my hair up underneath. So what I mean is I hold it and kind of get in between like this, because of course you don't want your hair to get mildewy. So you want to use a hair dryer. Sometimes I take mine with me depending on the hotel or where I'm staying. There is a blow dryer in the room. So for example, on one of my cruises lately, I brought my own blow dryer just in case I got my hair wet, but there is blow dryers in the room for you. Next question, what is the key to making sure that your crochet braids do not damage your hair, specifically the area where you, and I apologize because this was on IG and I just screenshot it and I didn't actually click on it, so I can't see what the rest of it says. But what I do is, I don't know specifically the area, but I'm going to say specifically for like my edges and all that, what I do is I make sure that the edge area isn't braided down. So a lot of people start their braids like, I guess right here, so it's like literally from your edge to the back, so there's no hair kind of right here. So as you guys can see, my braids kind of start maybe like a little bit back, so there's a good amount of, and as you can see on this side too, edges are all out, and my braids are not super tight, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I guess it's a bad thing if you want your hair to last kind of as long as possible, but it's a good thing for me because I don't really want tight braids. I'm not tender-headed, so it don't hurt me or anything, but again, I just feel like the less amount of tension on your hair, there's a such thing as tension alopecia, so I don't want to ever experience that. So I don't want my braids to be super tight, so I go for super not tight braids but not loose braids, and then at the same time I don't have any kind of braiding up from here. That's why I don't go to professionals to get my crochet braids done. It's just because I can't gauge how tight somebody braids, and in my experience people be braiding tight. Now cleaning up on my brows, I'm using the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC42, as well as the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Today I just grabbed Warm Honey. Again, I switch between which LA Girl Pro Concealer I use for cleaning up my brows. I've said that in a video before. I sometimes use Fawn, sometimes use Almond. It just really depends on what I grab. So next question is, what is your favorite thing about being a YouTuber? I'd say my favorite thing is about helping people. My channel isn't like one of those prank channels or reaction channels or all that. My channel is kind of more so along the lines of helping you guys save your coin, and I'm very enthusiastic about that. I spend my coin sometimes so you guys don't have to. Again, like I said, I'm not really a prank channel. I don't really vlog my life. I'm somebody who's really trying to help you guys out there. So that's what I'm very proud of, and that's my favorite thing kind of about being a YouTuber, is the messages and the many comments that say, hey, you helped me. I do not buy anything without watching your video, which I'm like, okay, take a chance sometimes. You can buy something without watching me, but again, I'm so glad that a lot of you guys do really trust my opinion. Will you ever move out of state? That's a good question. I think if you asked me this maybe 8 years ago, it was like, oh yeah, I'm getting out of North Carolina. Yeah, I will be on that highway, that I-9 by 9. I'm going to be out of here. And now I think as I'm getting closer to 30. I think that I don't see a reason to. I think North Carolina has its benefits. It's 2 hours from the beach, 2 hours from the mountains. The weather is perfect. I mean, it could be, you know, a little bit warm. I could go, you know, down to somebody's Miami and probably have a different experience, but weather isn't too bad. I'm not, you know, depths of coldness. Right now, today it's winter, it's December, and we're in the 60s. So good weather. I think we have amazing schools, not just like higher education schools. Like we have North Carolina State, of course, we have Chapel Hill, we have Duke, we have Wake Forest, we have North Carolina Central, we have North Carolina A&T, we have Appalachian State University. I could go on. The list goes on about all the great schools we have in this state. So for my future generation, my kids gonna be set if they decide to go to college with the college choices that they have. Public schools, depending on the area, are really good as well. So I think long term, when I think about it, we just have so many benefits in North Carolina. Now I may move around in the state, but I think overall North Carolina got my heart. Do you think you'll ever try a taper short crochet? And PS girl, we waiting on that vlog. As I'm recording this right now, the vlog isn't up, but as I posted this, the vlog should be up, so make sure you go check out my Bahamas vlog. Thank you, girl, for this question. Now for the taper shortcut, I don't know. One, I can't cut, so if I ever get a taper shortcut, it ain't gonna be done by me. It's gonna be butchered. It's gonna be probably blunt cut. It ain't gonna look good. But for me, I think me with short hair, and you guys have said this a plenty of times when I've tried to rock a short wig or short anything, y'all be like, the short style ain't for you, girl. It's just not for you. We're not feeling it, girl. Take it away. We don't want this. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do it for an experiment, maybe for a good laughy laugh, but you guys have let me know short and me don't really go together. Now for the kind of letting my brows stay in place, I'm going to use the Maybelline gel, the clear gel that I love to use, as well as my e.l.f. wax. My brows are pretty well defined, as you guys could see prior, but the thing about them is that by the end of the day, they like to go all over the place. They like to kind of fray up. I have a brow kind of sticking down type of a situation, and I like to use a wax because it does really help. It helps me at least, and this is I believe it's $2. It's a very inexpensive wax. I got it from Ulta. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use the NYX eyeshadow base. How do you stop your hair from itching one's scalp so much? A lot of you guys ask a lot of hair questions, which I don't mind answering a lot of hair questions. I just thought y'all was going to be a little bit more nosy than that. But to alleviate scalp itching, I don't experience this. So again, this is something that I'm not the extremely most knowledgeable person on. And again, I'm not a beautician either, so I don't have clients who've experienced anything. So everything I've experienced in the crochet hair world is my own kind of experience. So I'd say ACV rinse before installing the hair should work perfectly. I heard that has helped a lot of people not have that itching with it. If it's already in your hair, I think they make ACV, apple cider vinegar, that's what ACV stands for, a spray. I know they make, like, I think Cantu makes a ACV spray that you can spray on your hair that may alleviate it, but again, kind of consult with your professional beautician on this one, because again, some guys ask me questions that I haven't experienced, and again, because I'm not a beautician, I ain't got certification in this, I'm just kind of somebody who likes to wing it. I don't got all the answers on, I just know a little bit of answers and what I've heard people say. And again, help each other out in the comments if you guys have remedies for if it's itching in your head right now. Like if you have hair in and it's itching, what do you do? Answer. Help everybody else out. How does one grow viewers or subscribers on YouTube even while being consistent? I think I get this question a lot simply because I'm a big advocate for staying consistent, posting. You guys know I post every Monday, sometimes every Wednesday, sometimes every Friday, but at least I have that Monday's video up for you guys. So I stay consistent, and that's my thing I preach. But some people are like, well, I'm doing that, I'm being consistent, and I'm still not growing. Now what? Now what do I do? And then I would say to them, kind of evaluate your content. Are you making content people want to see? Like, you have to be making content people want to see in order for them to click on it. I think people do like a lot of makeup. I think a lot of questions I get from people are from people who have a makeup channel or a vlog channel, and they're like, I'm posting every week and nobody's clicking. Makeup is a very saturated game. Like, that's why I don't do tutorials a lot of the time, because it's saturated. I love doing it, so I'm going to keep making the content content, but I'm going to make the content that people want to see. And clearly people have spoken on my channel, and what they want to see is crochet hair content. I'm going to do that regardless, but I'm going to sprinkle in videos that I want to do because this is my channel and I'm going to do what I want to do. So you got to listen to the people. What is your highest viewed video? And maybe it's something you don't want to keep making, but you got to think about that's what people came to my channel for. I might have 1,000 subscribers, might only be getting 50 views. Why is that? And it's because they probably subscribed for one thing and you're presenting another thing on your channel. So you got to remain, I guess, with the people. And if you're making your channel and you want people to watch, because this question seems like it's somebody who wants people to watch. If you're making your content and you don't care about people watching or the views or subscribers, keep doing what you're doing. But this is seeming like somebody who wants people to come to your channel. Make what the people want, do polls, ask questions, use your community tab if you have a community tab to ask, okay, I'm making content, what specifically do you guys want to see? Because it's about making content for your viewers if you want viewers. I'm going to use palettes that I haven't used in a while. I think I'm going to use the semi-sweet though. Yeah, let's do semi-sweet, and I'm going to use peanut butter as my transition shade. What is considered consistent on YouTube? Every day uploads, 3 times a week, question mark. I would say no less than once a week. You got to think about it. What is your favorite show? How often does that show come on? Type of a vibe. Like, consistent, I would say, would be for me about 2 to 3 times a week. That's for my channel and the level of growth that I'm in. If you know you're higher up, you got 1 million subs, maybe you can, you know, do with 1 upload a week, just kind of depending on your schedule. But I would say be as consistent as you can be without sacrificing the quality of your content. Don't put out 5 crap videos a week when you really busting hard to get them and you're really sacrificing kind of your quality for quantity. If I can't put up a good quality video, I'm going to hold that video off until I can make it a good quality video. So I definitely say consistency with schedule as well. So say I post, you guys know I post on Monday. I don't post at 6 a.m. one Monday, 7 a.m., 10 a.m., noon. You know, I'm at 7, between 6:30 and 7 every Monday I got a video up. I try to present myself kind of like a TV show, kind of like, you know, you guys watch Power that comes on Sundays at what, 9? You watch Insecure, you guys know that comes on Sundays at a certain time. Whatever show you watching, whatever day it comes on, you know when it's coming out. You can't be a YouTuber on here and post 1 Wednesday, then come back 2 Fridays from now, then come back 1 Tuesday from. You can't do that. Or you can, but I don't know how successful you're gonna be at doing that. So for, I guess, crease color, I'm gonna use maybe this one. I think this kind of, and this is the Nubian palette. Nubian palette, do they have, oh yeah, they do have words. Kano? Kano, I'm gonna use that. If it's deep enough. I might have to mix some of Mino in, but yeah, I'm mixing some Mino in just kind of to deepen up a little bit. But the next question is, although your confidence is through the roof, in my opinion, have you ever thought about plastic surgery? Absolutely. The 2 things I've been kind of, I guess, insecure about or wanting to change a little bit was both my lips. I think I have very little lips. It probably doesn't look like it, but if I smile, like, you see how my lip just kind of disappears. Yeah, I was thinking about like fillers at one point just to kind of maybe beef them up, and I thought about, and I probably will go through this, a breast reduction surgery. If you guys know, I'm very top heavy and my body just frame overall, it just creates a lot of back problems, a lot of slouching. I slouch a lot. It takes a conscious effort for me sometimes for me to even think about having my shoulders up and all that. So I think, and I probably will like post children, because it can only get worse as time goes on with children. I'm sure it's only to get a little bit worse. So I probably will go through with a reduction surgery, but that's the kind of only things I've ever thought about. I hope this isn't too personal, but what is your occupation? It is talent acquisition. I work in talent acquisition, and I have a small focus on college recruiting, very small. Like last year I got to do a couple of college events. This year coming up I get to do a few more. So I work in talent acquisition, so that means if you ever apply for a job and you get selected, I'm the person who reaches out to you. I am the person who coordinates everything. I'm the person who gets you on site. I'm the person who does travel if you have to travel somewhere when you first come in the doors. I am the person who greets you. I greet every single candidate that comes here, so everybody kind of calls me the face of my company, because you cannot walk through the doors and start here without having met me, which is good because I feel like I know pretty much everybody. But again, I'm so bad with faces, so sometimes when we hire somebody and then they start, I kind of get confused and I'm like, oh snap, or no, he knows me and I know him, but do I know this person? But it's a fun job and I really like it, and I really like interacting with people. As you guys can see from this channel, I like talking to people, so it's very much so something that comes natural to me, engaging with people and just talking with them. I think I'm going to use this gold in the Nubian palette today, since I have on kind of a gold look. Maybe I should go for like a gold end of year kind of look. I would like to know more about your career, college major, internships, gaining work experience. So my major was business administration, and then I think it's mostly the same at most colleges where you concentrate in something. I concentrated in finance and HR. At first I wanted to work in finance. I don't know what I wanted to do really, to be honest, but finance seemed like a good option. Gaining work experience, internships. I did intern in college. I was a football recruiting intern, so that means I worked in the recruiting office of football, which is way different than regular recruiting at a normal job, because you're not recruiting based on kind of knowledge and experience. You're really recruiting based on skill set. So you're really recruiting on kind of how fast are you, how fast you can throw a ball, can you do a touchdown, like speed. And so it's a different kind of recruiting, and you're recruiting like 17, 16, 18-year-old guys who can be like all over the place. I could say I got some work experience from it, but it's definitely a different kind of recruiting. Like, you're not recruiting based on like resume and all that. You're recruiting basically on what this person can do agility wise. So it's kind of different, but it was fun nonetheless. And that was my first internship. I did that my senior year of college, and then once I graduated, I was a senior recruiting specialist. At my first job. I got that job while I was in college. So April, you graduate what, in May? I got the offer. I was so scared because everybody was getting offers in like March, and then I didn't have an offer. So I was like, I'm gonna be one of these kids who graduates and doesn't have a job, and I'm gonna have to go home and I'm gonna have to do something near home, which I wasn't, you know, too bummed about, but like I wanted to be one of these job having folk, and luckily my first job came through, and that's where I met pretty much all my friends, everybody I really was cool with. I met my roommate there. We did not know each other prior to my first job. I met my friend Jess, who you guys have seen in my DC vlog. So I met my peeps there. So that first job I love because it gave me experience, but at the same time I got to meet some really incredible people who I am cool with to this day. It was one of those fresh out of college programs, so there were 10 of us that were hired, and the 10 of us were given different areas of recruiting to kind of concentrate on, whether it be sourcing, recruiting, operations, and all that. I did a wing. I had to do that off camera because wing is something that I still struggle with to this moment, honey. For lashes, I'm going to be using the Kids Beyond Naturals. I use these in pretty much every video. You probably get tired of hearing me say that, but again, these are the lashes I love. Now, how are you doing since the passing of your dog? I am doing well. Thank you guys so much for asking. It was definitely a trying time in October when she passed, and it was kind of a time period of trying to get used to how life is minus it. I think only pet people understand what it's like to lose a dog. I know it's strange to hear, but I think when you talk to somebody who doesn't have a pet, they just don't get it. And it's okay that you don't get it, because I was the same way. Before having a pet and people would talk about losing a pet, I'd be like, I mean, I wouldn't be like unsympathetic, but I'd be like, okay, yeah, it's a pet. But then when you lose it, like, it took me aback. I was like, oh gosh, I didn't know I was gonna react this way. Like, I took some days off of work. When I say days, I took like 2 days, because I lost her on a Wednesday. Thursday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take this day. And then I was like, and go to work on Friday. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna call it a break. I'll hit y'all on Monday, because I did not go a full day without crying until literally the Sunday before work. It was just, whew, it was bad. It was really bad, because it's like a baby. Like, a dog is like a baby who just doesn't grow up, like somebody who's always dependent on you, whereas like a kid grows up and you don't have to take them to the bathroom and you don't have to feed them. They can feed themselves. This is somebody who's totally reliant on you, so your schedule becomes their schedule too. You have to wake up in the morning. It was so confusing, because I was like, oh, now I sleep in. I would wake up early and be like, okay. It was that weird, like, okay, I gotta take somebody out, and I didn't have anybody to take out anymore. But I do think probably mid 2019 I probably will get another pet. I was trying to think about it, like how long do I wait, and I think I would get one right now if I didn't have some work travel coming up, and I know early 2019 I want to take a trip, and I don't want to get a new dog and then have to pass it off to daycare almost immediately. So probably mid next year. I do want kind of another older dog. Like she was 9 when I got her, so she was kind of an older dog, but I don't want a puppy. I've never been somebody who wants a puppy. I might change my mind, but I don't think I have the time or patience for a puppy right now. How often do you get your crochet redone? My hair grows out really fast. After about a month, I have to take it down. Do you have any tips? I mean, I don't leave a hair in longer than 6 weeks. So that's kind of my thing. I don't leave a hair in longer than 6 weeks. So sometimes it's 3, 4, 5, or 6, depending on the hair and what I got going on. My hair grows pretty fast too. Like this hair right now is kind of like, the braids are kind of loose, but it's not to the detriment of the hair where I feel like I have to take it out like tomorrow. I would definitely say don't go by me though. I have a channel, so I take my hair out probably quicker than the average person in general, just because if I wear hair for 8 weeks, that means I can't film any other content for 8 weeks, and then for 2 months I'm pretty much stuck. So don't go by me, just go by what your hair is. I say if you're keeping it in for less than 2 weeks though, then it's kind of defeating the purpose. I'd say please try to keep it in for at least 3 weeks if you can. 3 to 6 weeks is probably my sweet spot. I probably would never be the one, even if I didn't have a channel, to keep it in for 8 weeks, but that's just me. I miss my real hair. I'm that person who gets braids and then 5 minutes later wants to take them braids out to see that drop. So primer water, you guys know I love to use this for priming my face. For foundation today, so foundation I probably have not used since my foundation review, but I have been really liking it recently because since my cruise I've come back and I've been a little bit darker than I typically would be. If you guys can kind of notice, I'm a wee bit darker in my neck and area, are kind of like having a few right now, and I think this foundation really works. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. I am in the color 5W1, which is also known as bronze. Are you ever going to straighten your hair, and do you get trims on your natural hair? Yes, I get trims on my natural hair once a quarter. So I go see my regular hairstylist. Her name is Tony. Shout out to Tony. I go see her at least once a quarter, and I go to her for trims and treatments and everything like that. So yes, I'm not somebody who's just an at-home person and who doesn't like go see professionals. I'm all for a good professional once every while, because again, I'm not no professional and I ain't gonna pretend to be. And will I straighten my hair? Absolutely. I actually got my hair straightened professionally. When was it? Was it August of this year? And then I'll do it again myself in December, and then I probably won't do it again until December of 2019. Now this next person asks a ton of questions in the same question, so I'm gonna try to get through them as fast as possible in a rapid fire motion. Are those strip lashes, or do you get your lashes done at a lash bar? I always use strip lashes, and they are the Kids Beyond Naturel all 3 in pretty much every video that I film. Have you ordered from Romwe? Will you? I haven't ordered from them. I've heard of them. Maybe potentially one day I'll order from them. What size are you normally versus what size do you order when you're on these types of sites, Boohoo, Fashion Nova, etc.? I am normally about a size 3. I probably always order my jeans from Fashion Nova 3, a size medium and tops from Fashion Nova. From Boohoo, I'm typically like a size 8 in most things from Boohoo. They're UK, so they run a little bit smaller, so I typically wear about a size 8 in Boohoo dresses is what I mainly get from them. This is all from the same person. We were trying to get your questions out. Will you try Passion Twist? Yeah, I absolutely will. Favorite lipsticks? Of course, Anastasia Beverly Hills Sapia. Your favorite place to buy wig? I say for my favorite place to buy crochet hair and wig would probably be Sam's Beauty, Wig Type, Steva Tress, Glamour Tress is good, Go Beauty NY, of course, I've been loving recently. They're a variety. They need to do a better job at it, but I like them. Any crochet hairs to stay away from? Check out my bottom 3 video that I just posted, top 3 bottom 3 hairs video 2018. I talk about my hairs that I just did not like in this year. Any vacations soon? Vacations? I have nothing on the books, but there will be some, I promise you. I just came back from a vacation, but I'm already in that vacation 2019 mindset. And do I know any good places in New York? I've been in New York before. I don't know what you mean, like specifically restaurants. Do you mean like places to visit? I was more so on my like I didn't go like out when I went to New York. I went to the museums. I kind of did Central Park. I went to this restaurant called Cafeteria. It was really good. Juniors, I had to visit it because if you guys watch Making the Band, that was the place that Diddy had them walk to get that cheesecake. So I was like, I gotta go there and I gotta get a cheesecake and I gotta see if it's a good cheesecake. It was a pretty good cheesecake. It was my birthday that year. When my birthday falls on Thanksgiving, I gotta skedaddle and get up out of here because people forget that it's my birthday. So my birthday was on Thanksgiving that year, so I went to New York and I got to see the Macy's Day Parade. It was just a fun time to be in New York. It was a cold time, but it was a fun time. You guys know the Tarte Shape Tape. I don't like the fact that I'm using this, but I am using this. I'm not a huge Tarte fan, but I do want to go ahead and use this before it dries up. I've had it for a while and just want to get my coins worth. How old are you and what do you think about microblading? I am 29 years old and I'm not that big into microblading. I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the only thing I really know about microblading is that you do it, I believe, for your brows. That's kind of a brow thing. If you guys could saw from the beginning, I think my brows are pretty okay. Even if I don't have to do them in the morning, which trust me, I do not do them every morning like I did today, they still kind of have a cuteness about them. So I don't think I would ever consider it unless something went completely wrong. It just kind of looks painful from every like video. I see like knives and I'm like, I don't think I would ever put myself through this. So not a big fan of that. I guess I'm bronzing right now. This wouldn't be really considered contouring. I am using the NYX, I believe it's Wonder Stick Highlight and Contour Stick. Do you find time to date and has a guy approached you after seeing your social media? Nope, I don't have no time to date. And two, had somebody approach me off of social media? Kind of, but kind of not too. It was somebody I knew and they happened to follow my Lavon account, but they knew me in real life. So they did kind of approach me on my social media, but it wasn't like a stranger. It was somebody who kind of already knew me and was like, okay, I see you doing your thing. This is a funny one. Why is it so hard to leave when you know in your soul he ain't no damn good? Girl, you are... We here, girl. We here. I totally get it. I think it's one factor of it could be loneliness. I know loneliness is just a thing that gets us all because we bombarded by social media and what social media is trying to portray, and everything is nice and everybody got things going on, especially as you approach your 30s. People are getting engaged, married, having babies, they moving forward, and you just like, well, I just gonna stay in this situation and see what comes of it. I don't want to be alone. And I think that gets us. I think another thing is we're used to routines, we used to history, and at the end of the day the only thing between us is probably history. It's nothing between that person. So I think it's like, oh, I've been with this person for 3 years, I don't want to go back through the what's your favorite color, what's your birthday, did I introduce you to my parents type vibe. You don't want to do that. You just like comfortability gets us a lot of time. For too much free time, I think it also gets us. I think if we were extremely busy, which I can say in my case, now that I'm busy, I can't even imagine me entertaining some of the foolery I entertained in the past. But I think I had a lot of free time and I was like, well, I ain't got nothing else to do, I guess I can continue talking to this person. So I think that gets us as well. But I think if you are somebody out here who in 2019 is trying to leave some foolery behind, I think do it is my best form of advice. I think that last night I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers. I'll list her video up above, and she made a Q&A video, which I feel like we on the same vibe. Like, she made a Q&A video. I had been playing mine, I had been asked my questions, and she uploaded hers last night, and I was like, I'm filming mine tomorrow, we are here. But she was talking in her video about how she was on her channel and she was not thriving and surviving, and as soon as she dropped her guy, her channel soared, her views soared, her subscribers soared, and all of that. And I was like, girl, you are singing my story right now, because the same thing happened to me as soon as, and I will insert right now the last text message where I was like, we're done, we're over, this is not happening anymore. That was like June 20. So my camera died and I'm trying to figure out where I was. So I'm inserting I guess a screenshot of the last conversation, that it's done, it's over conversation, that day that it took place, June 2017. Now I'm inserting a picture of my analytics. That's literally the same point on my channel took off. Like literally correlation between my channel succeeding and me finally letting go of a situation. The same, God will show you. And she was it's so funny. She was talking about that yesterday in her video, that her, like, God literally was saying, you got rid of them, good job, you let them go, I'm gonna bless you with all the blessings now. And I think some of us are blocking our blessings. Some of us are just staying in situations and like, it ain't hurting. Because at the time I let him go, we weren't really talking. It was just like he would just come around, kind of sometimes do that typical, hey, how you doing, long time no talk. And I was entertaining it. Prior to that, I was like, okay, it ain't hurting me to text him back, it ain't hurting me, what else would I be doing? It's not hurting me to respond to the foolery. But God's like, okay, keep responding, okay, keep responding. No, you do what you want to do. Keep responding, girl. Ain't no issues, ain't no problem. And then I wasn't getting ahead. I was still wondering why my channel wasn't succeeding. I was like, I'm making some pretty powerful content. Why are people not seeing it? Why do I have like less than 500 subscribers? Like, this is helping people. Why they not getting help? God just sent back like, I said what I said. And then as soon as I had that strength and I got rid of that situation, things popped off. And this is a little mini message to my real, authentic, true life, in real life friends, and to my YouTube friends. Let it go. Let it go. I promise you. Just let it all go. Like, don't even entertain it. Like, block them if you got to. Sometimes people feel like we can still be friends. Like, what's wrong with a friendship? Friendship, your heart is still in it. Let them completely cut it all the way off, and you'll see you have your own chart of growth, whatever it is. Not have to be YouTuber. You don't gotta be a YouTuber. You'll see increase. You see that increase in my life? That was the same increase that you could have in your life if you let that person go. I'm speaking to you. You know who you are out there. For a highlight, a little oldie but goodie that I haven't used in so long is the Carli Bybel palette. This was my favorite of last year. I haven't reached for it as much this year. I don't know why. It's a blinding highlight. Like, you put it on, you intensify it. It's like, it's a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm really making it through a lot of these questions. That makes me feel like this video is gonna be super long, the fact that I've made it through, but apologize in advance if it's super long. How do you balance your career and YouTube? Barely. I barely balance it. Not good at all. I balance it terribly. No, I do have calendars and I like my planners. I'm a big planner person. I'm not like somebody who has the sticker books and all that, but I do write down stuff. My planner is full of like words, none of the fun like stuff. It's literally words and what I'm doing, what I'm filming that day, who am I marketing, where am I gonna post this video, what suggestions. You guys give me suggestions. I keep my planner right beside me too, because I've woken out of sleep before and like, that's a good idea. Planning your content, planning when you're gonna film, bulk film. You have got to bulk film. I can't stand people who be like, I filmed one video this weekend. No, I'm filming like 4 videos this weekend because I don't film during the week. I work during the week. When I come home, it's about like 6:30 at night. The sun is down and I only film in natural sunlight, so what's giving me the light right now is the sun. I don't have a lighting system. I have one, don't ever use it. I'm going to spray all-nighter. I have not done a dark lip in so long. I would probably normally use my fave, but I feel like it's hot. Well, maybe I'll use my fave. We'll see. We'll see. We'll play this by ear. Let me see what it looks like if I add my little fave in there. Yeah, it looks kind of weird. So this is ColourPop's Mamacita. So this is the finished look. I am liking it. I'm feeling it. Of course, on my lips, ColourPop Mamacita. Had this on in a couple of videos ago. You guys kept asking me what lip it is. It's this lip. Now, I don't feel too confident in it because these lips always bleed for me. No matter how many times I line my lips, the lips be bleeding over and it just be like little cracks everywhere. But we'll see how this lasts today. If you like this video, you like this Q&A, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to me so you don't miss any of my content. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lavon89, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.